Hello, welcome to Tarot to a T. Today's reading will be for the end of October 2023 for the sign of Aquarius. I apologize if you are one of my subscribers and you're coming back that this reading is a little late. But it is still October, so I thought I'd squeeze a few more in. I just didn't get to them all this month. I've had an insane month, actually. And November's probably not going to be much better. I'll just give you a heads up. I'm supposed to be having surgery, actually, in November. And if that works out the way it should, I will be out of commission for a couple of weeks. So, anyway, if this is the first time to my channel, welcome. Glad you found me. And this will be a general reading just to let you know. It may not pertain to your situation. It may not sound familiar. If it doesn't seem to resonate with you, you're welcome to turn the video off and join me in November. I definitely will be back in full swing here in a couple months, especially if the surgery goes as planned. I'll have some time off work, and I plan to catch up on some videos. So let's see what we got going for you, Aquarius. Okay, that one is in my face, so I will take that one. Okay, let us begin. You got the Queen of Hearts, the Ace of Hearts, the 8 of Diamonds, and the 8 of Clubs. We have a focus here on 8s. That's the first thing that's popping out here. 8s talk about things moving forward. So in one sense, you might be moving forward in the sense that you're taking some kind of individual action. This is actually the entrepreneurship card, so it probably relates to career or money in some way. Something that you are either initiating or you actually are going off on your own, maybe starting a side hustle or maybe a full-blown business. It's kind of about things going forward in that direction, and I see that nicely fitting in with this. This is the Ace of Hearts, and this talks about new starts, following your passion, going towards or following what truly fulfills you and satisfies you. Perhaps you left a job situation. I don't remember your reading from last month, if that's what was going on. But perhaps you left a job situation and now it's really important to you to follow your instincts, follow what's important to you, or pursue what's important to you, rather. And that would fit very nicely with the 8 of Diamonds. Now this 8 of Clubs is about stagnancy going forward, because it's about sitting on the fence. It's a crossroad decision. You're trying to decide about something. You may be fixed on an outcome, and that may be what's hindering your progress here, because the 8 of Clubs can also talk about being stubborn, just kind of being stuck on an idea. But in any sense of being stuck, it doesn't really matter. It's I see you in a position of just not moving at the moment, but you know you want to start on this new start, and you're spearheading it on your own. You're initiating it. I just feel like maybe there's a decision around that. Anyway, we'll keep going. You also have the Queen of Hearts. This could be a water sign that you're involved with, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. This person is very nurturing and loving. I mean, literally, this could be like your mother or somebody that you see that takes care of you in some way. If not, this is about self-care. You could have water in your chart, for example. But we will keep revealing here and see if we can see what's going on. Look at that. You've got another Ace of Hearts. Huge emphasis on that, obviously. Colorized Joker, and also the Magician card with that. 9 of Hearts, nice. And the Jack of Diamonds. Yeah, you've got the Ace of Hearts again. I don't know what else I can say about that right now, but what's speaking to me is that this is the wish fulfillment card. I feel like something is coming true for you. Like something is materializing. Perhaps this opportunity to do something on your own has been a goal of yours for a while. Something you've been really wishing for. There's also completion with the Nine of Hearts. So that always goes hand in hand with new starts. Something completes, something has to begin, right? Or you're going off to the next chapter. But that's a very positive sign. Now things do seem to be up in the air with the colorized Joker, and the Magician card is about, well, it could be looked at two ways. You're working your magic to make things happen, or you're asking the universe to step in and kind of help you with this. You know, it could be like a form of meditation or prayer where you're really needing some miracles to happen. And I don't mean miracles in the godly sense necessarily, just things to turn in your favor. Perhaps you need funding, perhaps you need the right set of people to make your dream a reality. But things are still up in the air, and I kind of see that tied in with Eight of Clubs and being on the fence. So you're trying to make some decisions perhaps, and maybe that's where this up in the airness comes in. The Jack of Diamonds is a earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Now, if you're not dealing with one, well, first off, I'll say if you are dealing with one, they're younger than you or less experienced. Or this could be you in a new financial situation, like a territory that you've never been in before, hence the Jack energy. It's all new. You don't have experience in it, so you're feeling maybe a little, what's the word? Like you don't measure up quite up to what you need to be, like you're not an expert. And this just could be your interpretation. This could be how you're feeling about yourself. Like, wow, I have this great new opportunity, but I'm so green at it, I don't know if I'm making the right decisions, especially around finances, for example. Let's go ahead. And that is on par with the entrepreneurship card. I think when people first go into business, they're not necessarily confident, super confident about what they're doing. I'm sure there is some let's say a healthy element of doubt and worry about how things are going to turn out. And maybe you're in the planning stages, that's why you're in the decision mode and being caught at a crossroads. Like you got some obstacle to get, I'm hearing you got some obstacle to get through or to resolve. And that's why you're kind of stagnant at the moment. But you're very determined with these two Ace of Hearts to follow your heart and get this new start going. You also got the Three of Clubs and Four of Clubs. Now, very contradictory energy. That's why I stopped. So the Four of Clubs talks about how things are going at home, like how you're able to feed yourself, keep a roof over your head, the four corners that support you, more or less your foundation. Whereas the Three of Clubs talks about struggle and fight. Perhaps you're having a hard time balancing this new opportunity with keeping things going smoothly in your living situation. And like I said, like paying bills, making sure that you have enough, let's say, emergency funds available, especially if you're going off into business for yourself. I think a lot of entrepreneurs or people who start off, they have trouble making ends meet, obviously, because they're trying to put money into their business, and it's a necessary thing you have to go through. I don't see that you're struggling or fighting with a person. I think it's more about something with your living situation, the practicalities of your living situation, like I said, paying bills, meeting your basic needs. Let's see what else we got here. That's exciting, Aquarius. If that's what you're doing, it all looks very positive, honestly. You're just kind of, like I said, stuck at a crossroads at the moment. Wish fulfillment and determined. Yeah, this is the black and white Joker, so still it's about things being up in the air, unsettled, but it's also the full energy with this one. Full energy, again, mini readers and I think people who like tarot will see this as a new start card. I like to see it as you don't know what's headed. You're kind of uncertain about the future because you don't know what's headed your way. You don't know where you're going. again, you don't know how things are going to pan out. I think that's speaking loud and clear in this reading, that you're just a little bit uncertain. You know, you don't have a crystal ball. You don't have everything worked out. And honestly, I think when we try to work things out to the T, they don't always turn out the way we expect anyway. So you can kind of throw that out the window. But yeah, there can be a little bit of an anxiety with that as well, like not knowing exactly how things are going to go. Now this is interesting. Perhaps in the course of making this plan, something has come to light for you that was previously not known or realized, because this is about hidden information coming to light. It could also be an epiphany. Something you didn't realize. Maybe there was an obstacle you didn't realize you would have to manage or get past. An unforeseen complication, you know, that kind of thing. Like you had a vision of what you wanted to do, and then you started, and then you got so far, and then suddenly there's a roadblock, and you're like, wow, I didn't even expect this. It could be something like that even. But now you have that information, now you have that realization, so it's come to light. Any more cards you can give me before we move on to advice for Aquarius and their exciting new adventure? And I do think it's some kind of income opportunity for you. Sure, and look at this. Yeah, 9 of Diamonds. So this is a completion again with an achievement attached to it. But with this achievement, I'm tongue-tied today, I'm sorry. This achievement is tied up with taking financial responsibility. Something left you in a very good position to do that. Perhaps that is why you are on this entrepreneurial track and you're doing this on your own, whatever it is. You could be just changing careers. This doesn't mean you're opening a business and you're trying to decide about the career to go into. Or maybe you're trying to decide the business you want to start. Any of those scenarios could apply here, honestly. The energy behind it, I think, is the same, but it's all about kind of being stuck, but being in this good position because of this 9 of Diamonds, perhaps to get this started and to make this reality. I'm just going to say with the Queen of Hearts energy, I'm not sure if that's a person. I keep picking up an energy that by you doing this, this is taking care of you. This is the self-care. This is how it's being expressed. Like you really need to do this for yourself. Or you could have someone who really cares about you, an older, could be female, but doesn't have to be, an older figure, that someone who always looks out for you. It could be an older sibling that's in the picture. Anyway, I'm going to ask for cards of advice. I think it's time to move on to that. I have a pretty good idea. Again, if this scenario doesn't apply to you, feel free to move on and join me again in a couple of weeks, hopefully. Or by the end of November, I should say. Anyway, cards of advice. 9 of Diamonds again. Nice. Jack of Hearts. Ace of Clubs. It's all making sense to me, honestly. Yeah, and there's that black and white Joker again, the Fool card. Probably not what you wanted to see again. Okay, the 9 of Diamonds. I think you need to acknowledge your achievement. You need to acknowledge that you did something in the past that is wrapped up and completed, that has put you on a trajectory to take better financial responsibility in general, probably for yourself and your family, if you have one. I think when it shows up in advice, again, it's about acknowledging that. Don't forget what you've achieved. Okay? And if you can achieve in something like this, you can achieve again in another situation. If you're feeling a little bit discouraged, perhaps, by the decisions you have to make, you can get back on that wheel. You can achieve again. That's what 9 of Diamonds is screaming, at least to me. Jack of Hearts, again, this is water energy. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but I don't think it's a person. The Jack of Hearts, again, is that Jack energy. It's young, it's fresh, it's open. I think when it applies to you, who I'm reading for, Aquarius, this is about keeping your heart open. And keeping your heart open, there's a level or a measure of vulnerability with that. So you kind of have to be prepared that you kind of have to be open to the experience of everything that could possibly come your way, good or bad. But not to be afraid, obviously. Because if you have your heart open, you're not afraid and defensive. Perhaps that'll help you here. Maybe this will help release some of the tension around your decisions, what you're doing, because I'm sure you're scattered kind of all over the place. You may not know exactly how to feel about what you're doing, except you are determined, and I keep mentioning that with those two Ace of Hearts. You're determined to make this work, this new start. Okay. You also have the Ace of Clubs. Again, this is a new start. This is very fitting because this is about acquiring new skills or knowledge. Perhaps you need to learn how to use QuickBooks. Perhaps you need to learn how to keep a register. Perhaps you need to learn how to set up a network of some sort for the computing needs, right? Or how to set up cloud to back up files. I mean, it could be anything. It could be anything under the sun. But again, it's a new start. And it's about acquiring those skills to make it happen. Black and white Joker, Fool card. Yep. Ultimately, the path, well, I shouldn't say the path, but the where you're headed is not clear. The cards here are confirming, yes, there's not a complete end result yet. I don't see that particularly as a bad thing. Again, you might not want to hear that. You like to see rainbows and unicorns down here saying that it's all going to work out just fine and you're headed that way. I think there's just some details to be worked out before the future can really take shape. I mean, this reading, I think I would call it something along the lines of living with uncertainty, because not only you had all these jokers out here and the decision you're trying to make, but there's something that's not settled, that is not painting a picture, if that makes sense, of exactly where you're headed. At least not in the tarot. Like I said, come back in a few weeks. And when I do your reading again, it might address that. And I just realized I have my heater on in the background, and I apologize for that background noise. I usually turn that off. I just caught it. I just noticed it was on. I have it on and I don't notice it's on, so that's why I forget. So I apologize for that. Anyway, we're almost at the end of the reading. I'm just going to pull a couple more cards here. Okay, this is about disappointment, and usually it's around some person. So I'm thinking, my first intuition was saying, expect some disappointment. I don't know if you have people you're working with that are not going to come through for you. I don't know if it's like actually employees, you would call them. Maybe they're just kind of like business partners in some sense. It looks like somebody's going to drop the ball if you're working with other people. It's not earth-shattering news here. This isn't like the whole thing's going to fall apart. It's just about your internal experience of that letdown. Okay? Maybe somebody has promised you they would take over one part of this whole process. And if you're not going to start a business, this could be about going into a new career. Perhaps somebody has promised you a job, or said, yeah, we're going to hire you, but they hadn't actually done that yet, and expect some kind of disappointment around that. I could see that actually. I don't know. I feel that being a possibility. Something's not going to work out exactly how you expect it. And you got the Eight of Clubs again. I am so sorry. You're still in decision mode. So there's other decisions to be made possibly with this new Eight of Clubs, or just emphasizing that decisions need to be made. And you're at the crossroads. So I think this again ties in with the uncertainty about where you're headed and how things are going to turn out. I think we can have an idea, and it just doesn't always pan out that way. And again, keeping your heart open, I think, is key here. You see my point? Don't be so rigid about what you expect as far as outcomes and how things are going to go, like A to B to C to D. You may have to go around a curve before everything smooths out and you have something going, or you get that new career going in whatever form. I'm not getting a clear sense we're looking at entrepreneurship, and I'm not getting a clear sense this is somebody going into a new career. I think it applies in either situation because both are basically the same thing, right? Yeah. I'm going to pull one more card. One more card of advice. Besides being in decision mode and expecting to be at the crossroads here for a little bit longer. So sorry about that background noise. Gosh. Oh, and I want to remind you, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and a like, and subscribe if you don't mind. It really does help support the channel in so many ways, and I deeply, deeply appreciate that. Three of Spades. This is about worry and doubt and stress. Yeah. I didn't see too much of that, honestly, in the beginning, so I feel like it's just kind of warning you that you are going to be kind of stressed out. I think people, especially if you're going into business on your own, people tend to be stressed out doing that. Even though it's an exciting new adventure and it's exactly what your heart desires, it's stressful until it really gets going, right? Stress and worry. Maybe that is keeping you paralyzed in making a decision about something. I want another card. I hate to end on that kind of note. Okay. Still looking at advice for Aquarius. Making a career change in some form or fashion. Geez, too many cards. Six of Clubs. I like that better. That's actually excellent. How do I put this in the context of this? This is about personal growth. It's not specific, but it could be mental, spiritual, emotional. It could even be financial. The thing is, this is going to lead you to, let's say, to achieve some kind of personal growth in a way that's going to open up other opportunities for you. That, to me, gives me the sense that whatever you're planning so far, things could change though, but so far, it's putting you on the path to open up new directions for you, new paths. Like maybe these other ideas haven't even occurred to you yet. Does that make sense? So you're on the right path. I mean, it still indicates you're on the right path. It's just that the right opportunity has not occurred to you. You haven't found it. Like I said, if you're looking for a new career, perhaps you haven't quite hit the nail on the head. If you are trying to open up a business and there's some aspect of it you're not sure how you want to execute it, for example, you haven't hit the nail on the head. That perfect solution has not arrived yet. That is a positive way to end the reading. I am going to end it there. I hope you gained some insights from this. Remember to keep your heart open and therefore your options open, Aquarius. That's a very key thing. And you don't know what lies ahead. I know that's anxiety provoking, but it's also, I think, kind of promising, because something could, again, materialize or occur that you don't foresee, that's going to help you in making these decisions. And I think this is all a process. I see this as being a process. Things are very unsettled and up in the air, so you're still in that process. of carving this out and making it a reality. Good for you. It takes a lot of courage to do that. I've been there before. I kind of know what that entails, and it's, yeah, it does cause a lot of stress and worry. You're like, am I doing the right thing? Well, I do believe that decisions made in life, no matter how they turn out, they're never the wrong decisions. It's what we were meant to do, meant to follow. That's how we grow and move on to the next thing that's really going to fulfill us, right? So try to look at it that way. Again, I look forward to seeing you in November. I don't know exactly when that will be, but take care until I do.